What if the modern world, the empire of science, innovation, number and measure, was built not on reason but on ritual? What if its foundation was shaped by a man who claimed to speak with angels, gazed into black mirrors, and believed that magic wasn't opposed to science, but its highest form? His name was John Dee, mathematician, mystic, alchemist, architect of the modern world. He advised queens, decoded the universe, and dared to pull back the veil of reality itself. But here's the thing, most people today have no idea what magic even means. It's as if we've forgotten that for thousands of years, civilizations didn't see the world as a machine governed by cold, mechanical laws. They saw it as alive, infused with hidden forces, symbols, and intelligence. The modern scientific, mechanistic worldview we take for granted, it's a new idea, a blink in cosmic history, and like all its predecessors, it's undoubtedly not the full story. But it does beg the question, if the foundations of our world were shaped by magic, how much of what you believe is real? John Dee was a man of paradoxes. On the surface, he was one of the greatest minds of the 16th century, a brilliant mathematician, an astrologer to Queen Elizabeth I, a scientist who laid the groundwork for modern-day exploration and cartography. But underneath that polished exterior, Dee was something else. He was a man obsessed with the occult. He didn't just look to the stars for guidance, he believed that angels could speak to him, that divine wisdom could be decoded, translated, and used to shape not only his destiny, but the destiny of the British Empire itself. Dee's influence on the world was immense, but few know the secret forces that shaped his life. His pursuit of knowledge was far beyond mere intellectual curiosity. It was a quest for ultimate power, and Dee believed that power could be found in the invisible, in the world of the unseen, the unknown, the supernatural. Dee's obsession with the occult didn't begin with idle fascination. It was rooted in something much deeper. He truly believed that he could unlock the hidden architecture of the universe. Through alchemy, astrology, and necromancy, Dee believed he could transcend the natural world. He believed he could contact angels, communicate with them directly, and use their divine knowledge to shape reality itself. In the early 1580s, Dee enlisted a medium named Edward Kelly to assist him in his scrying sessions, mystical rituals that involved the use of a crystal ball, a mirror, or a bowl of water to see into another world. Kelly acted as a conduit, claiming to receive messages from angels that were passed along to Dee. The messages were said to contain the Enochian language, a divine tongue that Dee believed was the original language of God. But what if Dee wasn't talking to angels at all? What if, instead of divine revelations, Dee had opened a door to something far darker? The lines between genius and madness blurred for Dee as his faith in these mystical encounters deepened. Was he truly communing with celestial beings, or was he being deceived by forces beyond his comprehension? Dee's desire for power pushed him to use these messages to guide the fate of the English Empire, to give England an upper hand in the world. He believed that divine prophecy could help secure England's place as a dominant global power. And so, through magic, Dee began to weave his own brand of political influence, a kingdom that would rise not on the strength of military force, but through the will of unseen forces. By the time Queen Elizabeth I took the throne, England was on the brink of expansion. But how would the empire build itself? Dee, the Queen's personal astrologer, played a crucial role in directing the monarch's decisions and, by extension, the course of British history. But his influence wasn't just based on advice in matters of statecraft, it was spiritual. Dee believed that England's destiny was divinely ordained. He saw England as the chosen nation, destined to rule over others. His mystical knowledge was no longer just a pursuit of wisdom, it was a tool of empire building, a weapon to ensure England's rise to global dominance. The foundation of British colonial expansion, of global control, might have been shaped in part by an occult power that Dee thought was guiding him. And through it all, Dee continued his secret work, scrying for messages, translating angelic languages, and using these revelations to push the Queen towards policies that could secure the empire. The rise of the British Empire wasn't just about ships and soldiers. It was about tapping into something beyond the material world. Dee once said, "There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy." A statement that can be applied not only to his mystical practices, but also to the very rise of empire. What if Dee, in his quest for knowledge, understood something we have forgotten? That the forces that shape our world don't always exist in the tangible, observable reality. But what price does a man pay for speaking with angels? Dee's obsession consumed him, his fortune dwindled, his reputation tarnished, and his mystical practices were seen as both dangerous and insane. By the time of his death in 1608, John Dee had been forgotten by many, a once powerful figure reduced to nothing more than a relic of a bygone age. Was John Dee's quest for knowledge a path to enlightenment or a dark descent into madness? The man who helped build an empire, one that spanned continents and changed the world forever, was ultimately rejected by the very society he had sought to shape. His legacy remains ambiguous: genius or madness, savior or sorcerer. Let's pause and reflect. In our own lives, how often do we sacrifice our peace of mind in pursuit of power? How often do we chase knowledge without considering the cost? John Dee's life forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about power, knowledge, and the unseen forces that shape our world. I'll ask again, what if the empire you live in was built on black magic? What if the knowledge that gave birth to modern civilization wasn't purely scientific, but also steeped in mysticism, deception, and occult practices? Dee's life reminds us that sometimes the most powerful forces in the world are the ones we cannot see, and the most dangerous people in history are the ones who believe they can control them.